even though it hasn't received the attention that a presidential election would, certainly not as much attention as next year's election with an open seat for governor and U.S. Senate will, there is an election early next month, and I sat down with Kent County Clerk Lisa Posthumus-Lyons to talk about what you need to know before you head to the polls. Let's talk about the upcoming election. We know that it is one of those elections that a lot of people kind of vaguely know that something's going on, but this is an off-year election. It's not like you're voting for governor or president, but there's still important issues on the ballot.
Absolutely. Every year's an election year, and every election is important. This year happens to be where we've got city council, city commission races on the ballots. We've got 5 jurisdictions in Kent County that have city races on the ballot. We've also got 2 townships that have a proposal on the ballot. 7 schools have ballot questions. And then really what's kind of encapsulating and is the Kent County has a countywide election. Our Kent ISD, our intermediate school districts, has a ballot proposal. So that really means every jurisdiction in Kent County will have a question on their ballot on November 4th. And so we're just doing everything we can to remind people that there's an election. Usually these off-year November elections tend to have a 20% voter turnout, 19–20%. But we think every election is important, and some of these local elections, you're talking about people who are going to represent you locally. You're talking about what you pay in taxes. You're talking about the direction of your communities and your schools. So it's really important to make sure you're casting your ballot. Polls are going to be open on November 4th from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. We encourage anybody and everybody to come on out. Unlike our August and November elections in the even year, you won't have early voting, in-person early voting, but voters do have the ability to cast their ballots via absentee. We've issued about 130,500 absentee ballots. We've got about 27% of those already returned. So there's still time to get an absentee ballot. There's still time to return your absentee ballot. And there's still time to register to vote. So you can find out all of that information at KentCountyVotes.com.
And one of the most important things for people in this election cycle, maybe even more important than when you look at like 2026, when we're going to have all of these big offices up, is you need to go to the site and see what's on your ballot, right? It's
really important to, kind of prepare when you're getting ready to vote, to prepare to see what's on your ballot, so you're not surprised when you get in the voting booth. And all of our voters have the ability to view what's on their ballot. They can go to KentCountyVotes.com. You'll be able to find a link that will take you to kind of a ballot proof, individualized just for you based on where you live. So we really encourage people to get out, be prepared, take a look at your ballot, figure out where your polling location is, where your drop box locations are. You can track your absentee ballot, the status of that, make sure it was received, and so that way you can cast your ballot, sit back and have confidence that the process works. So we're really looking forward to that.
And anybody who has any question about if they're registered or where they're registered, they can check that out too.
Yep, if you have any questions about the election, even if you want to find out where equipment is being tested, we're in the middle of testing our equipment right now, where some of our jurisdictions are going to be doing pre-processing of absentee ballots, where they'll be tabulated but not tallied or reported. All of that information is on our website at KentCountyVotes.com.